Alright, hello and welcome to tonight's Dungeons and A-Holes. Starring such famous A-Holes as Tobrel.
Yay!
There he is.
Yay!
Let's see, we have Ben playing Willie.
Oh.
Let's see, we have Zach playing, I don't know, Lana.
Hello.
Oh, I got the name right. We have LJ playing Laura Thans.
Hello.
Of course, you have myself, the king of the A-Holes, Samius. And our lovely DM, Dusty.
Yo!
Alright. So, I vaguely remember what's going on. But just in case I've forgotten some important details, somebody do a recap.
So we
Zach, go.
last left off.
So,
No.
go.
Well,
Good luck.
I'm trying to remember. I think last time we resolved all of our problems through an epic rap battle. I think that's
Ron,
what happened.
go! I remember that. That's exactly what happened.
Say factual.
I can't see the board.
Zoom out.
We
No,
concluded
no,
last
what
session.
happened is we went upstairs and the
There was
Queen
an epic fight with the,
had their
with the
guards
giant
attacked.
guards.
And the ambassadors were basically helpless because apparently, like, even though they're awesome ambassadors, they're kind of useless and bad investments. And so we had to go convince some giants to open up a door, and then we convinced the queen that no, we're not the ramscallions. Your sisters are the ramscallions.
I
And
believe
then
you
she
mean-
was like, "Well, you guys seem pretty competent, or
I think you
or
mean-
disposable. Why don't you go find my daddy, and I'm going to give you this wooden coin that means nothing to me." But we figured out it was a gambling coin, and it more than likely came from Waterdeep. So that's where we're going. The end.
Or a place near Waterdeep, I think.
All I know is I don't like how you refer to her by anything other than Samus's new girlfriend. Hurt my feeling. Queen Samus's new girlfriend.
Good job, Zach. I'm proud of you.
I mean, we really
One
didn't
useless
actually
exper-
accomplish all that much last time, so it was easy to remember.
Give yourself one useless experience point.
I'll take it.
Okay. Alright.
Oh wait, no one can see me playing with my Legos down there.
Alright. So, you, as we last left off, you guys materialize into Waterdeep's teleportation circle. Down at the end of the steps, after the hum of magic has worn off, you see two guards in Waterhavian tabards turn with pikes in their arms and examine you. As you walk down the stairs, they kind of step together, and the lead one, in a deep bass voice, says, "Halt! Who? You are powerful adventurer or powerful men to use this circle. Tell us, what is your reasoning for entering our fair city?"
I step forward with my assortment of buckets and I go, "Oh, hey, Sonny! Can you show us to the best casino? Grandma's feeling really lucky today."
We can, once you permit us reason why you have entered our fair city through
Tourism.
magical means.
We're here to partake in tourism.
Tourism.
Yes.
Okay.
We're here to go sightseeing.
Sightseeing. Alright, that's close enough to the truth, I guess.
We are here to go to casinos.
Yeah, yeah.
And Grandma is feeling lucky. I'm not lying. I'm a little old lady. This is what we do. We go gambling. There's a casino down
That
the
is
street. I can demonstrate it
100%
to you.
factual. That is 100%.
Okay. The two guards exchange quizzical looks, and the one shrugs to the other one, and they're like, powerful, semi-omnipotent magic users. We don't understand them, and they stepped to the side and said, "Welcome to Waterdeep, the city of 1,000 splendors." And you pass into the city.
Okay, I go to the travel kiosk.
You see a small, friendly, circular kiosk with a sharply pointed roof, keeping out the afternoon sun. And in it are three workers, each talking to crowds or individual people who may come up asking, and they offer service with a smile.
I go up and I politely ask, "Hello, could you give us a list of your casinos?"
A very bright and happy youth, obviously taking up her first summer job and not yet knowing how it is to have your soul sucked out of you through the 9-to-5 workday, responds with a cheerful smile on a slightly acne-scarred face. "Oh, by gosh, I can, lady!"
I think she's demonically possessed. She's happy.
He's role playing himself.
Welcome to the city of Waterdeep. My name's Clarissa. It's very nice to meet you. What is your name, ma'am?
My name is Alonia. Now,
Oh, Alonia is such a beautiful name. I want to name my daughter Alonia.
good. Anyways,
But they
How
don't
can I
tell
help
us
you
it's
on this
Alonia,
fine
but-
day?
I was wondering, do you have a list of the local casinos?
List of our local casinos. Let me see here. Let me see. So she starts looking behind the counter through random pamphlets and or papers or whatever may be out of view. And then she also kind of looks up at the racks of pamphlets in front of you. She shrugs and goes, "Well, I guess we don't just carry a list of just casinos, but almost every tavern you can find a good dice or card game. There are a few places that are known to be more inclined to the those who love games of chance. I know a few of them. Let me write them down for you real fast."
Well, 1 second, honey. Do you know if any have a mascot that's a goose or a duck?
Lady, she laughs. If you can't tell, I'm 15. I wouldn't be allowed in those places, so I have no idea.
Actually, I kind of think about it. I'm like, back in the day, you would have been married and already having children by now. But okay.
Yeah.
Lady, I'm 12. Does it look like I've been in one?
Time traveler.
I was gonna say earlier you missed an opportunity, Zach, to be like, "You did. Hi, Mom. Now can you please help me?"
She grabs a quill and a pamphlet, and in one of the blank spaces of the pamphlet, she gives you 3 names.
Cool. Well, I'll give that pamphlet to one of the more searchy people, and I am going to take the pamphlet for the day spa.
Would somebody with a
shit.
charisma
Okay.
score like a look at the pamphlet?
Okay. Zach, write these 3 down. You have the Ebon Archway Casino. You have the Emerald. And then you have the Alabaster Garden.
It's probably that one.
Okay. Those are your 3 casinos that she wrote down.
Which one
There's
has the
other
better
casinos.
buffet?
These are the big popular ones that you always will see people shouting about shows or deals to or whatever. I mean, there may be some more that are just and she leans in and kind of whispers in an overly dramatized fashion, cusping with the back of her hand over her mouth. There may be more that are less of the legal side. And she gives a slow, obviously naive wink.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I give the nice girl a silver piece.
Oh, boy! Gee willikers! Deborah, I got a tip! A more middle-aged lady who has obviously been doing this for far longer turns around and sees the bright-eyed youth gleaming about her silver piece, and Deborah rolls her eyes with an exasperated sigh and says nothing as she turns back around, helping someone else who seems to be lost. Cassandra bids you a great day, and that she hopes that you remember her when you hit the jackpot.
Will do. So, I think while we're in Waterdeep, we should also go to Six Flags under Waterdeep.
Six Flags under Waterdeep. Like the Six Flags are under Waterdeep, or like they're over, like are they underwater?
Well, I don't know, that's what people call it over here, is like Six Flags under St. Louis.
Pretty sure it's Six Flags over St. Louis.
Well, we have very low opinion of Six Flags here.
Your Six Flags is kind of shitty.
I still want to go to it.
All right. Are you guys traveling as a group to these casinos? Is anyone going off doing their own thing?
I mean, what's that song? Never Split the Party.
Yeah, sure. Fantastic song.
So,
I hear they got a couple remixes.
rather than just blindly wandering from casino to casino, why don't we have the guy who's got criminal contacts ask around and find out specifically which casino uses this marker?
I look at you and I'm like, oh yeah, we were actually doing something about this, weren't we?
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, before we derail this too far, let's actually, try to do it smart.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Sonny. I pinch your leathery, scaly cheek, and I'm like, I was just so excited to go to the casino. They give me free daiquiris.
That's true.
I'm going to play all the copper slots.
Oh, you would. You would, you goddamn old lady. All right, well, the party turns in unison, and the camera deadpans with a cricket, staring at A, who is tip-tapping on his magical tablet, seemingly oblivious to the conversation going on about him. The rest of the party exchanges kind of confused and, in Alania's case, worrisome glances. As your friend continuously seems to ignore you, and it's kind of just like standing there, tip-tapping on a magical slate, and then he hits it with one last like commanding thump of his finger, and you hear a magical "Ba-da-doo!" And he looks up to you and says, "Oh, I'm sorry," as he slides his magical tablet away.
It's not there. Oh my goodness.
He then looks about the party. He then looks about the party, and then, with a second thought, pulls the tablet back out, hits it a couple times, and you start hearing some kind of jingling tune. And he starts moving the slate in a very overly comical fashion, and kind of like muttering under his breath about it, something about a high score. Not entirely. The rest of the party, you seem not entirely sure what he is about.
I go, is this one of these newfangled things? Is this what all the kids are doing these days? Back in my day, we just experimented with psychedelic mushrooms all day.
Those were the days.
So I've never been to a big city, guys. I think we should do like a Laverne and Shirley montage moment around Waterdeep. This place
Chris
seems...
just talked into his mic.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Did you miss the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, I did. Basically, we're gonna go wander around and go gamble and go figure stuff out.
That was one part of it, yes. Hey, as you look up, you see the entire party looking at you, expectantly.
What am I supposed to criminal my way into this business?
Yes.
Make with
You
the,
missed
make
it.
with
You
the-
missed an
the
entire
D-type
conversation.
knowing.
Oh, this could be.
You know, casinos are known for having criminal ties.
Are these criminal casinos or are these actually totally legitimate?
There's no such thing as a legitimate casino.
Ooh.
Well,
They're
I mean,
they're all like fucking Las Vegas movie like style casinos where they're all like at least loosely tied to some mafia or drug ring or something.
Okay.
Especially in Waterdeep.
I guess let's go do the thing.
They were hoping you might be able to criminal slightly more detailed location.
Alright, well I'll go figure out the location then.
Alright, hey. You slide your magical beeping tablet back into your backpack pouch. You raise a finger to quiet the group and tell them that you're on it. You then disappear down the nearest dark alley into obscurity. It takes you a couple minutes, but you flash the right hand signs, and from the shadows you hear someone say, I didn't expect someone like as nicely dressed as you to come around these parts. What do you have with us? And out of the shadows steps a someone who's dressed in common leathers, but he carries himself with a noble's ego, it seems. And as he asks you what you want with them, he opens up his breast pocket on his doublet, and you see a symbol stitched into it of a winged serpent, the sign of the Zentarum.
Oh, good. I don't know, I guess we're looking for the thing, and I show the quest log.
Show them the goddamn gambling token.
That's what I did. I showed him the wooden nickel out of the quest log.
Not every game is DDO.
Now give me my rat tail.
He looks at you quizzically when you demand a rat tail.
Okay, how about this? A favor? I have very little stuff today. So I would like to just kind of get through things.
Okay. For someone who is out of patience and nerve and wanting to be on autopilot, we will put you on autopilot. You pull out your coin, flip it to him, and an exasperated and obviously at the end of his patience for the day, merely asks, "Where is it from?" The Zentarum flips it over in his hand, kind of thinks about it for a while. He then flips it back to A, who catches it almost frustratingly out of the air, and the Zentarum agent says, "Certainly not from around here. You want to track it down, and it might take a while. And I'm going to have to grease some palms of some people who have a wider traveling distance than I. That
Okay.
doesn't come cheap."
I'll give him some gold out of Willie's pocket. He didn't have pockets, it just jangles around.
You left your friends outside the dark alley.
Right, and?
Out of your backpack, you pull out a patch that is it is red and green and stitched in that flannel pattern, and it has tassels that resemble bagpipes coming off of it. And you open it up, and how much gold do you give him?
What's the appropriate tip at this kind of casino?
You're not in the casino.
Oh, what's
You're
the
in an
appropriate
alley.
tip for this back alley shade? You know what? How here's 50 gold.
50 gold?
I don't even know what the
Now
correct is.
that's what I'm talking about. He says to his palm as you drop the last of the coins in there. For this,
I think that
I'll
means you
get-
overpaid.
For this,
Probably.
I'll get you your answer in a couple days. Drop a line to one of my fellow agents where I can reach you at. Whatever inn you
Okay.
decide in.
I tell him a different inn, and then we'll go check the mailbox there later.
Okay. Alright, the Zentarum agent, before almost seemingly disappearing into the shadows, tells you to expect a reply within 3 days. Okay. So you guys have 3 days around Waterhaven, or Waterdeep, if you wish to do your own investigation.
I'm going to investigate all these all-you-can-eat buffets and free drinkeries.
So you start going to the casinos on your list?
Hell yeah!
Alright.
I have 5 gold pieces I'm going to make into 500 copper, and I'm going to sit there for hours and hours watching a mechanical little wheel spin.
Okay. Alright, what about, is the rest of the party going with Alania?
I'd like to go sightseeing. I've never been to such a big city as an outsider before.
You guys actually have been to Waterdeep before.
I've been to Waterdeep before?
Yeah.
Was I drunk?
No, you just didn't pay attention.
That's probably for the best. Let's go sightseeing.
Alright, Samus desires to go sightseeing.
I can probably squeeze that in between casinos and massages.
Yeah. We'll make a day of it. Grandma and I's little quest.
It is still early afternoon, so you have quite a day ahead of you if you wish to go about the city.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, like 3 more days before you should hear words back from.
Like, where do we even begin?
A's contact.
Such a big city. Should we start straight with the Cheesecake Factory, or should we go someplace else?
Back at the traveler information kiosk, you see pamphlets advertising all manners of things. Everything from circuses to sideshows to museums to arboretums, to gardens, to inns that profess they have the best
To
roast duck.
Emporiums
To even adverts for sailing trips, people looking for deckhands, other random job postings at this travel kiosk.
You know, I have never had a perfectly roasted duck. Let's go eat first.
Do you take the pamphlet that
Yeah,
that,
sure. Why not?
says it, from the tavern that says it has the most perfectly
Yeah, there's
roasted
probably a
duck?
coupon in there for like a free drink or something with the coupon. So hell yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, 1 second.
Does this place happen to be called the Golden Goose?
Oh,
No.
hey, by the way, I am also going to buy $300 worth of diamond dust.
Okay, for your revivify.
Yeah, because I had to spend 300 of it waking up a useless giant.
Which is true. He's in love with you now.
That's true.
All right. You pick up a pamphlet, Samus. On the cover of this pamphlet, it has the yawning face of a bearded demon. It's not like a scary looking, filigree or anything, but it's like a older person's face with a beard and small stubby horns, and its mouth is wide open in a great gasping maw, and in it it says the Yawning Portal Inn. And in it says if you open up the pamphlet, you see meet foreign travelers, share, listen to exotic adventures, have the best roasted duck in the world, brave the Undermountain.
Well, shit. Until they talked about, like, obviously this is a role-playing, like, theater place, I was on board, but now I'm not so sure. I don't know. Let's do it.
Okay. Who's going with Sam?
Grandma
I'll go.
is.
I'll go on this useless side quest.
Okay.
Fuck it.
For-
I'll go to the yawning portal.
Ben?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Don't split the party. Awesome.
Can I quickly find a halfling artist that can quickly, maybe named like Motorola or something, who can quickly paint me some portraits of the places that we're going to go see and visit?
You do see, as you guys are leaving the kiosk, which is near the docks for the traveling ships and not the cargo docks, you do see a gnome with a shaggy red mane of hair who stands at an easel with his thumb up over and one eye closed and his hand outstretched as he looks over the beautiful river, which I don't even know what river.
Is this name Nikon?
Waterdeep. What is the river that you guys that goes by Waterdeep? Waterdeep! Where the fuck are you?
We're in it.
I know. The Desserin River. Alright, so he holds his finger out over the calm, flowing river of the Desserin. And you see on his canvas that sits upon the easel is a quickly drawn, painted picture of the bay, with a few ships and sun. It's a very peaceful, calming picture that he's painted.
Excellent. Exactly what I'm looking for. Polaroid. Would you like? First of all, I just assume his name's Polaroid. I inquire his name.
You go up to him and inquire his name, and he responds that his name is.
I think it's got to be like Nikon or Polaroid or Sony or
Canon.
Canon.
Bruno Brown.
Bruno Brown. Is he the biggest? Never mind. I don't know who that is. Bruno. So I'm looking.
That's Leroy Brown. That's Leroy Brown.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So I'm looking for a someone to basically quickly snap some sketches and some quick paintings of my sights around the city. Are you interested in spending the day with me and my adventuring party and doing such a thing?
That sounds mighty interesting. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh boy. 2.
2?
That's twice as good as 1.
Hey, since I'm with him, can I use my lucky feat and re-roll that
No.
die?
No. I'm sorry, Ben. Those are only on your rolls.
Or rolls against me?
hold on.
You try
What
to
if
convey what you're
was a
wanting him to
red
do, and he's like, you want me to go with you where? You want me to do what with you?
Sightseeing. I
I
explained.
step in.
Would you like to come over here where nobody can hear you scream, comrade?
And I say, check it out, Nikon.
Bruno,
We're
he
tourists.
says. Yes, I love tourists.
Right. We would like you to use your amazing artistry to take to make sketches of us in the beautiful sights of Waterdeep, so that we can keep them mementos if we ever live long enough to tell our grandchildren of the deeds that we did in our youths.
My grandchildren are a bunch of ingrates.
Well, yes, Alania. The old woman probably won't care, but some of us might.
Not getting any inheritance. Screw those little bastards.
Okay, we all need to start working on becoming her inheritors. I want to be the executor
Did
of
everybody
the
disappear?
estate now.
Hello?
What? Yes, we
We're
heard.
good.
That's. Can you not hear us
Hello?
all laughing? Oh, Zach.
Zach. Zach.
Anyhow.
User in your channel timed
Nope.
out.
Goodbye.
Later.
So, I say, how about 20 gold for the day, and you knock out as many of these as we can possibly get done.
20 gold sounds quite all right.
I mean,
I'm
we'll
no
just
starving artist, but who can turn that down?
right.
As you
Okay.
suddenly remember that, like, 1 gold piece is a lot to a normal person. In
I know. That's what I'm saying.
typical
This
Fantasyland.
guy has got to gonna have his work cut out for him.
If you got that deep a pocket, sir, I'll be one of your best friends.
I say
He says
awesome.
with a chuckle.
So the first thing I do is I get all of us together, overlooking this thing, and I say go, and we all smile.
You say go, and then he's like, that's not how it works.
And in a
I'm
quick
an
group
artist.
shot.
And he walks, he pulls off what he was working on, and he opens this pack, and he puts it in this sack that seems to have nothing in it, and he puts it in there, and when he puts it in there seems to still be nothing in it, but as he pulls his hand back out again, a beautifully white, crisp new canvas, stretch canvas, comes out, and he sets on his easel. He then, like, he puts his hands down and is like, hey, I got this. Trust me. Trust me. And he starts barking out orders in a commanding tone you would not expect from such a small man. The next thing you know, you guys are arranged spectacularly on the waterfront on the cobblestone boardwalk. He then, once again, raises his finger and shuts his eye and takes in the measurements, and then he raises his finger and says, "Please, be still for the next.
Entered your channel.
Be still for the
Hooray,
next
I'm
minute."
back.
Hey.
Hey.
And he snaps his fingers a couple of times. He's like, hey, Grandma, please, get with the picture. As Alanya suddenly wakes back up and apologizes for drifting. He then pulls out his painter's palette that has beautiful curls of paint already on it, and then he takes a brush from behind his ear out of that giant mop of red hair he has, dips it into a few colors, and begins to go to work. Every now and then, for the next minute, he kind of leans out from behind his easel and canvas to look at you. He kind of squints and mutters something under his breath, and then you see just wild flailings of his arm. Let's see, roll. Nice. Okay. And then with his other hand that he's not holding the palette and brush in, he goes, voila! And he grabs the canvas and flips it around on the easel to show you guys. Please, come and take a look at what Bruno Brown has drawn, or has painted.
Okay.
As you guys gather in closely, you see a spectacularly and almost lifelike still life of you guys on the waterfront. He did take a little bit of artistic liberties, such as Willie's beard is a bit gruffer and conveys a bit more panache. Elania's wrinkles have been smoothed to make her look a more beautiful, fair features. His brooding features have been slightly enhanced to make him a bit more dreadful, but not off-putting, as if there is some mysterious character about him. Lorthan, he's accentuated your fangs to give you a ferocious look, but kind and unjudging eyes. And Sam, he has made you look even more of a wildling than you already are.
Excellent. Very well. Good job. Accepted.
Then holds it out for whoever to take and says, "That's one. Let's get started."
Perfect.
Yes, hold on a second. And he quickly goes over and grabs his things, and he shows everything in this small little, like head-sized sack.
Okay. As he's putting his stuff away, I have a few small changes to make in the future. So, like, first of all, we're gonna start with A's ears. I want them to be a little bit bigger, like this. And basically I described to, like, cartoonize everybody.
World of Warcraft and their very large-eared elves.
Yes. I basically cartoonize everybody ever so slightly.
Okay.
So you want caricatures?
No. I want them to be as realistic as possible. I just want these featured, like, certain things to be, like, a little bit
Exaggerated?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. You're the boss as long as you keep paying me.
Yep, we're good. Let's go. So show us the sights, and we'll get as many selfies in as we can.
Do you tell them that you are on your way to the yawning portal?
Yes.
Okay. I know a couple fantastic sites between here and the yawning portal. I've been there a couple times myself. A bit of a brooding place if you're not really the kind that likes that sort of thing. I like to keep myself safe hence why I took up painting. As he keeps kind of rambling in conversation as he basically just starts walking away from you, expecting you to follow. You go down flagstone streets, down into the market neighborhood, and there are canals cut through the street, and stalls with that are selling everything from beautiful smelling spices to strange exotic fruits, and tapestries and fabrics of the most brilliant colors. He goes and he sets you up in front of a fruit stand of a half-orc, fairly comedic looking half-orc in an apron and chef's hat, who is plying pastries and hawking little patisseries.
Perfect.
Before you know it, you have your second painting done that he hands you, of you guys in a crowded market scene, with the baker half orc behind you, hoisting triumphantly a loaf of rye bread.
While we're here, one, I want to get a portfolio case to start keeping these new mementos in.
Okay.
Like a really nice one. And then
whatever like a leather scroll case would be, just take that off. Should be in the DMG.
That's fine.
Or monster, or not players.
That's fine. And then I also want to keep an eye out for like things that I believe the my new girlfriend will like.
Okay.
So, and I let him know that we're taking memories and mementos back to a woman I am in the process of wooing.
Ah, a lover's eye. I see.
So, like, if we come across like interesting opportunities to create memories that that would put us in especially good light, particularly me, that also could have a romantic overture, be sure to point those out. And I also let him know that if he does an extra good job as a tour guide as a bonus, there might be a small tip in it for him.
He tells you no worries. I've lived here all my life, and I have just the place you want, but we're gonna have to wait until sundown. That is when the moment will be perfect. Until then, let us keep making our way to the yawning portal, and I'll show you a few sights and some of my favorite places along the way. He leads.
I make sure to make a comment about how Samus really likes big girls.
I make sure to make a comment about how this woman barely knows he exists.
Bruno, as he's walking forward and kind of talking and basically acting as a tour guide and spouting off little snippets of information, he he's like, hey, I'm not one to talk. I take a human gal every now and then, and well, considering my stature, that'd be a big girl. As he picks up an apple from a vendor and just keeps walking as he bites into it. He leads you through several of the Waterhavian gardens, the Water Gardens, which is a beautiful, placid lake made of flint and cobblestones. The roses are in bloom. I guess they shouldn't be in bloom. You are almost in about winter.
Global warming.
Global warming. All right. You know what? The winter roses are in bloom because this is fucking fantasy fuckland, and we can do shit like that. And there are several other late year blooming plants that, even though it is late in the year, cause the water garden to be more than extremely beautiful. He has everyone take up kind of thoughtful, meditative, or intellectual poses about a beautiful white granite fountain It is surrounded by fishes and piscine creatures spitting out water, while a godly figure comes out of a carved water spout, holding aloft a trident, and from each point of the trident, beautiful sprays of water fly out and fall down into it. And then before you know it, you have your third painting, a more of a think piece that shows off your softer and more intellectual features.
Oh, excellent.
For Samus, you are sitting on the rim. In the painting, you are sitting upon the rim of the water fountain in a thanker's pose, while in your hand he's painted that you have a treatise of the Red Larch, a very old archive of kingdoms and trade policies of the Sword Coast. Makes you look super smart.
Excellent. Wait, let's trick
her. Next, you guys, throughout the afternoon, you guys visit several other places, and before you know it, your scroll case is already almost full. As you come upon the Yawning Portal, it's a fairly large but not ostentatious looking inn. You already hear lots of hustle and bustle coming from inside. And as you open the door, the scent of freshly baked breads and roasting meats assail your nostrils, and the play of a lute, and the singing of a bard, and the usual inn hubbub assails your ears. Behind the counter, you see what looks to be a half-elf, kind of older, he has a kind of a mutton chops with no beard here, but he has the mustache that comes down and connects to the mutton chops, kind of like that old school Wolverine look. He has a very obvious, like he may be the bartender, but he has a very watchful eye to everyone in the room, and kind of the sense of power to him. But he slings drinks quicker than you would even thought possible for someone of his age. Within the there is an enormous well. It is about 40 feet in diameter that disappears down into blackness. From this well, and in the middle of the tap room, there is a large winch set to a kind of like a basket that could fit a human.
Okay.
And next to it, you see a sign painted on it that says, "Life or death, riches can be yours. Journey to Under Mountain, 1 gold."
It's like the 18th time he's asked us to go to Under Mountain.
Please don't go to Under Mountain, because that's an entirely different campaign.
He just keeps bringing it up like he wants us to go there. I'm trying to... I feel like I'm picking up your subtle hint here.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, just 1 goal to go?
And Granny goes off into Under Mountain, never to be seen again. About the Yawning Portal, you see not just commoners, but folk of every ilk. You see some nobles, commoners, merchants. You see obvious fellow adventurers.
Okay, do a quick
And-
danger assessment here.
And give me a perception check.
Oh, the danger. Oh, look, my wand of enemy detection went off.
Isn't
Boom.
that just your dick?
Yes.
All right. That's your best perception. Ryan, did you roll one?
I did not roll one. I thought you named a specific person.
Actually, yeah. You know what, Samus? You're the only one that needs to roll. You.
I know what danger
eye-
looks like.
Your eye is drawn to a large circular table that has a semicircular bench on one part of it against the far wall. Goblets and wine casks and wine bottles. You see the great sword and the helm and plume of that of Sir Jordith, your fellow friendly knight, who you've met several times in your travels around the
good.
Sword
Are
Show.
these guys all
Only
dead?
one of us.
These guys all died since the last time we met Sir Jordan, right? So I'm
Yes.
the only one who actually
yeah, you're
knows.
the only one that knows Sir Jordith. Sir Jordith, along with his humble squire Horatio.
Is that guy still alive?
This one, you know what? It's been like 3 months. Horatio is still alive.
It's because we gave him armor.
It might be.
Uh,
We,
well,
we also
yeah.
gave him an extra greatsword and told him to figure out how to use it. So
You do see Horatio. Samus, when you last saw Horatio, he was a timid, meek, and very scared new squire, who felt he was traveling face first headlong into death's maw. But now you see him, he stands with a bit of confidence, seated not behind, but next to Sir Jordith. His armor that you gave him, which was what? Splint? I want to say?
yeah.
Scale?
Scale? Scale.
No, that was Splint because it was mild armor.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Okay, you gave him split mail. It is polished and immaculate. It now has an emblem emblazed upon it of Sir Jordith's house and knightly order as well. And his great sword, the one that you gave him, the extra one, is sitting up propped against the wall next to the bench and boots. Sir Jordith, hearing the doorbell open, and in between bursts of laughter, has looked up and seen you guys walk in, and he wastes no time in seeing Samus and instantly recalling all the glorious times you had with him. And it calls out, "Wild One! What grand luck I have meeting you here! Ha ha!" And he pounds a mailed fist onto the table, sending goblets and wine glasses tipping and sloshing.
Well, I'm not one to not party. However, I vaguely remember fighting the urge to kill this guy 17 times. But
I think he did get on your nerves a bit at the end,
but
everyone else liked him.
But I think I will introduce him to my new traveling companions.
You, with a sigh and a bit of inner frustration, you trundle over to his bench and introduce your new compatriots to the one and only Sir Jordith of Iliskin, Knight of Tyr. And don't forget my new knight in training, no longer squire, Horatio, soon to be a Knight of Tyr, should he not die the next giant.
Did you
we
say
run
he's a
into.
knight of Tyr?
Soon to yes, he is a Knight of Tyr.
Damn it.
You recognize the emblem emblazoned upon his plate mail to be that of Tyr.
What's wrong with Tyr, John?
Aren't we all bad guys now?
I am a knight of Tyr. Do I know him?
You've probably heard of him.
Oh, I
He
totally
is
know
a
him.
knight errant. So he doesn't stay with a particular house, but he travels for the good of all across the Sword Coast, especially since the giant menace has reared its head.
Right,
and he has
that's
taken
why
it
I'm
to his-
traveling.
Bullshit. He's Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner.
He's
God damn it!
Yeah, he's a Green Lantern no one likes.
Oh,
No, that's
God.
Guy Gardner.
Oh, okay, Guy Gardner. Never mind. He's that
Kyle
one.
Rayner is the first White Lantern.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He does hoist a glass kind of sloppily. A bit of grape wine spills out over his gauntleted hand and drips down on the table as he thrusts it up and out and says, "Come, take a goblet and let us drink to your fallen comrades. They were amazing and filled your life with such light that to lose them, the entire world shines a bit darker this day."
I don't know. I hear that the death worshipping one, that we're all better off without him.
He was weird, but I kind of liked him. Ha ha!
I go on a diatribe that
If
the
it wasn't for
only
that
one that was
crazy
worth
one,
anything.
Horatio would never have lasted as long as they did, unlike poor Filbert. Ugh. As he makes a slow turning, a sorrowful glance over at his pack, that is at the on the other side of the table, where the broken lute of Filbert the Squire still rests atop.
Just that, didn't he have like a punch card from the Hirelings Arrest, and he's like on his 10th one?
Ah,
Is
we
it
don't
a
talk
freebie?
about those. Filbert was my favorite. Except for you, Horatio. Yes, ha ha ha! And he kind of, with a mailed hand, kind of punches the shoulder of Horatio, who his composure almost cracks, and the meek squire of Horatio almost escapes, but he reins it back in and puts on his knightly countenance once more. Yes, Sir Jordith. Yes, yes. I know that I'm your favorite, and you would never do anything to truly endanger me. As he glances kind of back and forth nervously.
Yeah.
Jordith sees Lorathan and jumps to his feet once again, wine sloshing everywhere, even more. And he says, "By gods, a fellow knight of Tyr, all the way out here in this godforsaken hole. Why, it is a pleasure to meet you. I don't think we've been properly introduced." And he extends a mailed fist towards you, or a mailed hand for shaking.
I clasp his hand and introduce myself as whatever the lowest level of knighthood, like, because these things usually have like titles that go along with them. So I have like the most basic of titles, and then my name, and you know.
About it. I don't care how high up you are in that ridiculous order we have. A knight is a knight, no matter if he's new or a veteran. You deserve it.
Tell me you
Come,
rank this guy.
sit.
Well, thank you, sir.
Even though I'm a third-time major veteran knight and you are merely a private. As he motions to his cloak that
Wouldn't
has
knights be officers?
dozens of medals
Knights would all be
affixed
officers, yes.
to it.
My character's slowly thinking, it's like, I should probably tell them that I'm an ultra premium deluxe cleric. Jeez. I'm not that much of a braggart.
Barmaid, bring us your best.
Please tell me
And
this
he
is
holds
a
up. He has the same pamphlet that Samius does, and let us try this roast duck.
That's what I'm talking about.
Next thing you know, Sir Jordith has attracted the attention of several tavern ladies, and your semicircle bench around the large table is now full with you guys, Jordith, Horatio, and several lovely ladies. Drinks have not stopped coming. Roast mutton, and on a pile of smoking herbs comes out 2 beautifully roasted ducks. Their skin crisp and goldeny brown like the color of amber honey. The smell wafting from them is a scent of cloves, cinnamon, and sage.
I also, while we're doing all this partying here, I make sure that the camera does not record anything of me partaking with other women.
Bruno Brown says, "Gotcha, boss."
Okay.
He then dips his paint back in white and like starts making some furious fucking strokes. Well, we're just gonna erase that then.
I mean, I'm not going to do anything outlandish, but we want to make sure that, like, this tavern wench who decided to jump on my lap a few minutes ago and offer me a lovely handy J doesn't get accidentally in the snapshot of my adventure here. So it's better to have no photographic evidence of any potential wrongdoing.
You guys are served an early supper of succulent roast duck, roast mutton, stewed vegetables and breads with some dried hard cheeses, and all the wine that Jordith can keep ordering. Before long, he is quite tipsy, and Horatio has to constantly apologize for Sir Jordith's behavior.
It's fine.
Okay, guys, high or low?
Hi.
Even.
I was gonna say always odd.
Well, it happens to be high and odd.
All right, what have you decided?
Lorathan kind of grabs Jordith and says that, you know, he's had too much and he needs to go to sleep.
Ooh. Jordith jerks his head around in a drunken, lolling fashion and says, "You know what? You're right." And he grabs you by the lapel of your, what are you wearing, plate? Lorathan?
I'm wearing plate, yes.
And he grabs you by the kind of the collar of the breastplate of your plate mail, and he pulls you in till so close that his grape wine breath assaults your entire face, and he's mere
And then you guys
inches,
make out.
he's mere inches from your toothed maw, and he looks at you dead in the eyes, and suddenly the joy-filled Jordith, full of mirth that you have come to know over these past few hours, sinks away into a dark, somber face as he looks at you and he says, "I have lost many, and I've encountered demons and nightmares that give me trouble to sleep. Should I not do such things? I pray that you never have to see what I have seen, or experience what I have had to go through, and lose those you care most about," he says through gritted teeth. "Hold those you care about close to you, Sir Knight, for they may be the greatest treasure," he says as he almost starts to break up, choking back tears. "They may be the greatest treasure your heart will ever know." and he lets go, and he says, I seem to have drinking too much. The wine has gotten the better of me, he says through a obvious facade as he stands. Please, I must make my way to my room and turn in for the night. Horatio, I expect you not long to your room as well. We have an early day. I bid you all adieu. And he strides, trying to retain as much nobility can through his half-drunken walk up the stairs to the second level of the inn and down a hallway, disappearing.
Oh, Lord Than, you made a grown cry. I give you a gold sticker.
I accept the gold sticker and I put it in my pocket. Check on your master in half an hour. Make sure he's not lying on his back. We don't want him to choke on his own vomit. And then I hastily start writing a note or a letter to the heads of our
Suicide note?
order. So what?
Suicide note?
What's a side
Sign-
note?
Suicide note signed by Sam?
Oh, God!
No.
I'm sorry, I seem to have tripped on my own greatsword. This is my suicide note, for I did not love myself enough.
But I'm specifically writing to the head of our orders, saying that perhaps it's time that Lord Jordith return to the temple and take up a position teaching young knights there, rather than in the field, as he seems to need the time to rest and recuperate his mind.
You seal the note, and you write the note, dust it with powder, fold it, and seal it with some wax from one of the candles on the table, and you press in your emblem upon the wax, creating your seal. And then you go up to the bar and ask if you can leave the note, and the bartender says that the parcel boys come by early in the morning, and he will make sure it is on in the basket with the other letters to be sent.
So, how young is this squire?
Horatio is pretty young. He's about
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
18, 19 maybe. Around his early 20s at latest.
Good, he's young enough for me to do this too. I proceed to tell him the
Wow.
life story of all 50 of my grandchildren and all 20 of my children.
The entire table
Okay.
quickly falls under your spell and is snoring steadfast. Good job. Your sleep spell is super effective.
Of all the horrors that person has endured so far.
Samus, about the time Horatio excuses himself to leave, Bruno comes up to you and says, "Oh, good master, it's about time. We need to go up to the peaks."
Alright. Let's do it.
Will your friends be joining us, or just you and me?
I don't know. Grandma, you want to come with us?
No. At least one of us should go with you.
Yeah. Everyone's welcome to tag along. Grandma? Anybody?
I'll go with you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, of course I'll come with you. I mean, somebody has to take care of all of you.
That's
I
right.
mean, you never know when you'll be assassinated. And
Exactly.
I like to laugh so much in my old age.
As you leave the yawning portal, it is obvious time has gotten away with you in your revelry with Sir Jordith. The sun has made its travels across the sky, and now starts to settle and disappear behind the great castellations of Waterhavian Castle. If it has a castle, I'm sure it does, whatever. Casting a brilliant, beautiful, red-orange glow across the sea and city. As you guys start making your way up the flagstone streets, you see errant boys running with pole wicks, lighting the city torches, and he leads you up winding paths through a sharply ascending path that is definitely a footpath and not made for any kind of cart or animal. And you arrive at a very beautiful scenic overlook that overlooks below is the Waterhaven Nobles District, and beyond that is the the Sea of Swords. That you see the bay, and beyond it stretching the endless water of the Sea of Swords. The water afire with red and orange colors, and a small hue of purple inlaid in it as the setting sun creates its own paintings upon the ocean. Isn't it beautiful? Bruno says. God, I love coming up here and painting it. I have to say, I come up here about at least once a 10 day to do so.
Once a 10 day, huh?
He positions everyone in like poses of awe and revelry. He along the small the low stone fencing that borders the peaks, and he says, "All right. Now, I want to make sure I get this right, so please stay still for a couple minutes." And he begins painting. All right. Everyone make me a perception check. Or, yeah, make me perception checks. Let's just do it that way. You are...
Hold on. Here it is.
Okay. Damn.
Something.
Proficient.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And expertise.
All right. Willie, you see subtle movement out of a dark alley. And then
Point.
the next thing you know, bolting across the pathway is a hooded figure. He snatches Bruno's sack and rips off his coin purse around his belt and disappears, leaping over a side of the low stone walls and disappearing into thick underbrush behind you guys. Bruno cries and says, "My bag! It's got all my painting supplies! It's invaluable!"
Well, upon my spotting him, I will alert everybody to his presence and then pursue after.
Alright, you get a good full round start ahead of everyone else, since you noticed the thieving figure. Alright. We're going to do a little bit of a skill challenge to try and catch up this little urban street chase. So what we're going to do is everyone roll initiative.
Okay, I have advantage on this because of things.
Well, Ben, you will be going first since you passed your spot check. So whatever you get, we'll just have you go first.
I originally rolled a
23.
14, if that helps, but I didn't have the thing clicked.
Lorathan, you were thinking about what Bruno said about how beautiful it is, and in your mind, you were lost, swimming in the colors of the truly beautiful sunset you were experiencing right now. All right.
Sure.
Let's do this, and then boop. He goes up to the top. All right. So what we're going to do is kind of a skill challenge. You tell me what you want to do and what skill you would like to use, or spell, or ability, or whatever, and we're going to have you make a roll against a DC I've determined. And if you succeed, you made it one step closer to getting towards the the thief. If not, the thief pulls ahead of you guys, or
Okay.
at least ahead of that person. You make no ground catching up to him, and you guys have got to get so many successes before I determine your failures are too many, and he slips away from sight.
This will be interesting. So, my plan is step one, cast Longstrider because I didn't do it yet today.
Okay.
I'll take my move up to 35. I'm going to do move
Okay.
action and bonus action to dash. That will give me 70 feet. From here on out, I'll be moving 135 feet. So I have
Okay.
a significant advantage on movement.
Yes, you do. Make me athletic check with advantage since you have the burst of speed, since you're the Flash. You are careening and racing down, especially a pretty steep decline back down from the peaks. You are having to dodge and weave around and jump over stalls, carts, crates, dodging around civilians making their way home from an evening. 26, fantastic. You barely avoid an overturned crate of apples as you handspring off of them, losing no momentum.
Whoops, sorry. I was
That's fine.
the wrong thing.
And then you shoot him in the back. All right, Sam. You take off towards the after Willie.
All right. Like if you need a specific check for the chase or whatever, my acrobatics is the best.
No, sorry.
But yeah,
If you would like to do some, like I said, you tell me what you would like to do and what
Right.
you think skill would work with that. And
well,
then...
I'm gonna basically give chase until someone's within crossbow range, which is like miles, and then I'm gonna shoot them in the legs.
Okay.
So I mean,
All right, make me first an athletics check to attempt to keep up with him and keep him within sight.
it's a 22.
All right, your acrobatics, you're able to handspring, dodge, slide under, basically parkour your way. Even though Willie has the speed advantage, you are able to jump off and over crates and kind of tumble your way to almost keeping up with them.
Parkour!
I just need a
The hooded
line of
figure
sight.
that Willie is chasing, that you assume is the assailant, is very far in front of you. Still basically has full cover.
Basically has full cover or has full
Yeah.
cover.
He has full cover.
Okay.
There's no way you could get off a crossbow shot in such a crowded street.
Well, I
Or it is
could.
the evening, everyone is going home from their work or off to taverns to enjoy the.
There just might be a slew
yeah.
of people with crossbow bolts to the knees.
Varum.
Well-
Alania, your turn.
I'm going to get on my magic broomstick of Broomin, and I'm going to go boom
Oh,
and
you're right
chase
back.
after this guy.
Okay.
I mean, so what should I roll?
You didn't see him, but you do see Willie chasing down a street. So give me a perception check since you have height advantage, and you can look down upon the crowd to try and see if you can find what figure this is dashing and trying to run away from Willie. All right, that is one less than I needed. You're looking around, and you do see a couple, you do notice a bit of disturbances, like someone got pushed or shoved, and you hear someone kind of call out, "Hey, watch it!" But when your eye is drawn to there, you don't see anything. You just see the aftermath of some old lady with a basket of turnips has been shoved to the side, and her
Always
turnips
the
spilled upon the
turnips.
street. Spilled upon the street. Not long after that, you see Willie race by. So you have not yet spotted the assailant. A. Are you on mute?
Did I see him or did they point it out?
You did not see him.
They pointed it
He
out.
was pointed out.
He was pointed out. You got the most fleeting glimpses of the assailant.
Okay. Step one, cast fly, and goes soaring after him.
Okay. You are Ilanya as well. Is there anything else you wish to do? Just soar after him? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
You need to, now that you are above the din of the street, give me a perception check as well. You are trying to find this person in the hubbub of the evening traffic.
Okay, here we go.
That is-
Obviously, I know. So where's Willie? Like I'm. Willie.
You do see Willie has come up and actually stopped for a second because he's such a nice guy and helped put the turnips back in a lady's basket. He then, like a flash, takes off back down the street, taking a sharp left.
Wait,
Okay.
nice guy. Have you seen my alignment?
Can't not see Willie, so I'll follow him and help him. Use him to help hone in on the bad thing. Hello?
Okay. You will do that. Using Willie as kind of your measure, looking out ahead of him. Lorathan.
Well, shit.
That is not the chase I need.
I can't fly. I guess I'm gonna take off after everybody else.
Drink beer and cheer us on.
Got a 22 athletics check to run up to everyone else.
Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
All right. Chase music. All right.
Use my superior manliness.
All right. Using your athletics, you're able to almost, if it wasn't for the magic aiding Willie, you would be able to keep pace. You are keeping up speed and not falling behind. And you've caught up with Samus in stride.
How's short throw off
What
running
the fuck
so
is that
fast?
noise?
What?
That's my chase music I'm playing.
Playing his jungle drums for us.
Oh,
Oh, there's music.
there's music.
All right, Willie, your turn.
I don't even hear music. Okay. Yeah, I just do the same thing and keep in pursuit, doing move, action, and a bonus action, moving 130. Wait, I'm sorry, 75. I'm moving 105 feet per round.
Yep. All right, give me another athletics check. All right, 24. Fantastic. You run down and you see a very crowded market street. You have to take a short pause to kind of gather your bearings and see if you can find him again, and then you notice him in the crowd, taking off after him. He is very much closer than he was before. You are closing in on the captor, or the assailant. Sam, you round the corner and see Willie dash down a market fairway. What do you do?
I guess I'm going to scamper over the roofs of any buildings between me and where I project my prey to be. How's that sound?
Okay. Give me an athletics check to scale the side of the building.
No, I'm not gonna climb. I'm gonna jump parkour acrobatically.
You still have to use your strength to climb up a building. You cannot tumble up a building.
I'm gonna jump like Mario jumps up walls.
Using the strength in his legs.
Right, with his acrobatic-esque nature.
Climbing something is a strength check, as an athletics check. 17 is still perfectly fine. You spend your round getting up the side of a wooden shingled building up to its clay roof tiles. You're looking down over the market fairway that you see Willie zipping down in, and you start looking for your prey. Awesome. Alonia.
Well, apparently my eyes aren't so good. But does Lily look like he is really on the hunt?
Who? Ben or Willie?
Willie, yes.
Yes. He. You can tell he, besides dipping and dodging people or obstacles, he is running in a straight line. It seems like he's running straight at something.
Okay. Well, because I feel like I played a game before this and I was rolling really shitty then, and it doesn't seem to be helping. So what I am going to do is, since Willie seems to be on a roll, I am going to put a guidance upon him that he might find his prey more successfully.
Okay.
So
Ben, next roll you get a Willie. You get a D4 to your next roll. All right. Is that a touch or anything though?
I think it's ranged.
Whatever. We'll say it's ranged right now. You give him guidance.
And I can choose when to use that for the next minute if I recall.
Yeah.
It is touch, but I'm moving pretty quick, so I tap him on the shoulder.
All right. God damn, Ben. All right. A.
All right.
You also are in the air.
How about I hone in on the thing that's running away from Willie and
All
fly
right,
after it?
The market is quite a den of chaos. Give me a perception check. You do, now that Willie is close, you can get it with give me the perception with advantage. Just once again, one less than you need.
Okay.
You think you
No.
saw him, but he dipped behind a market, like an outside vendor, and you lose him amid the chaos.
All right. Well, Willie probably still has it, so I'll follow after him.
All right. You keep looking around, but you still try to keep pace with Willie. Awesome. Lorthan.
How far away am I from the target?
You have just now rounded corner of the descending street that leads back into the main city. You see Willie. Samius has disappeared. As you ran by, you saw him scaling up the side of a house. You do see Willie a good 60-ish feet in front of you, trying to make his way through the very crowded street.
Oh, okay.
Plowing his way.
That doesn't tell me
and
how
in front
far
of
away
him-
from.
In front of him, it's hard to gauge the distance between Willie and the target. Probably another good 200, 300 feet.
How fucking fast does this guy move?
He's the Flash.
Or maybe he knows shortcuts that you guys do not, that have given him advantages.
Then he should have been. Okay, fine, whatever.
What you doing, bud?
Continue to run, I guess. I've got
Okay.
nothing else to do.
15 athletics, perfectly fine. You keep pace with Willie to the extent that you can with the magically aided dwarf. And you continue on down the crowded market fairway. Willie, you see your target still pretty far ahead of you, but each round you have drawn extremely closer to him.
Okay. We're gonna continue. We'll do move, bonus action, and if I'm close enough, what I want to do is cast Spike Growth to slow him down by half.
You do realize spike growth would be cast in the middle of a very crowded square.
I
with
was
commoners who would die from a D4 damage.
just
Right.
getting there. If there's anybody that's in danger, I wouldn't use it.
Okay, sorry.
And,
yes, it is
also-
very crowded. Area effect magic would have numerous casualties.
Also, I have ready nets if it is crowded.
Okay.
A net in each hand.
It is, isn't it? Okay. Give me a athletics check.
Yay. Athletics. I'd like to use a
22.
luck. Okay.
Now,
Never
you
mind.
still have advantage since you have all the haste
Add your 1d4.
on you. 22 is plenty fine to get it. You've closed in quite far onto your prey. You feel next round an accurate throw from a net may be able to capture him. All right. Samus.
Alright, from my superior angle, can I shoot this mother trucker in the knee?
Give me a perception check. Because you had to climb up the side of a building. Now you have to find him again. 25. You have found him. It's going to be a very difficult shot to not hit someone, but yes, you could make a shot at him if you will.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot this mother trucker in the knee. However,
Are you power attacking?
no, for the first, I was just about to say that. For the first time since I've
Okay.
made this character, I'm going to not power attack.
Okay.
I have to calculate what this actually is. Alright, it's plus 12.
Okay.
I rolled a 17 on the dice, plus 12. I think I shot him.
Yes, you did.
Now, I would also like to... I think is it pinning shot? What's the maneuver?
I have no idea.
It's where they can't move. Let me see. I'm finding it. I don't have trip attack. What is the one? Oh, I guess I just have pushing attack? Yeah, I guess I just have pushing attack.
Do you push him forward 10 feet?
Pushing, menacing, disarming. It says push it back. I guess back would be away from me. Can I push him into a wall?
Pushes away from you. You can't yeah, you could probably slam him up again. If you push him forward, he's still gonna slam into something because it's a very crowded thoroughfare.
All right, so I'm gonna push him. So he'll hit something. So that is 8 plus my proficiency bonus of 4, plus my dexterity modifier of 5.
Okay.
So
You hear a bark of pain from the street. Willie, that you hear the whiz of a crossbow bolt fire above you, and the bark of pain coming moments later.
The pain doesn't come from the target or somebody else.
It comes from the target.
Okay, that's
All
fine.
right, Alanya, you hear a bark of pain, and you saw Samus fire into the crowd. So you can see the.
Oh, well, I just fly over to him and pull out my sword that's sliding lightning and,
You will not be able to get
stop.
to him in a round.
Oh. Well, I pull out my sword anyways.
Okay.
And wave it above my head because it's
Menacingly.
awesome. Imagine a crazy old lady on a broom flying above people with a sword that is shooting lightning everywhere. I'm dispersing the crowd.
The city guard might need a word with you afterwards.
The city guard is scratching their heads going, well, you don't see that every day.
This is Waterdeep. They're used to like super powered things.
She was such a nice lady. She asked about all the gambling halls.
Hey,
and then she gave us brownies.
you see Alanya fly off after the target. You also see everything I described to Alanya.
Alright, so I see the guy.
Yes.
Alright. How far away is he again?
From where you are, about 300-ish feet.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, that's obnoxious. That probably won't work. Okay, I guess I keep going after him as fast as I can.
Okay. You keep pace with A. Lorthan, you've rounded the corner. You also saw the crossbow whiz overhead and heard the yelp of pain. John?
I said I continue to double. I don't know why this thing keeps muting itself. I continue to double move. That's the only thing I can do.
Willie. Before the start of your turn, desperate to get away from you, he stops and throws down he tips over a vendor stall and continues to run off, dashing down an alley. Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh,
Parkour
yeah.
past.
Guess what? Proficient in that too.
21, fantastic. You are able to parkour and tumble under the falling vendor stall, not losing any ground. All right, you take off, dashing back towards the target down the alley. Give me an athletics check. .22, fantastic. You are within range to net him if you wish.
Doof doof.
Your net hits.
Awesome sauce. And we finish our move on top of him. Next action will be to pin.
All right. He struggles a bit, but cannot overpower you. The rest of the group quickly catches up to you within the next 10 seconds.
Okay, remember the scene in Star Wars when the Ewoks were carrying everybody with the sticks, and they're like tied hands and or wrists and ankles tied up to the sticks?
Yes.
Yeah, that's this guy.
It's only been about 10 seconds. You're not there yet.
He's going to be. That's the
You
goal.
probably will be.
That's awful
As everyone
extreme.
else catches up to him, he starts shouting to, "Get off me! Lest you be in danger of angering the guilds. This is official guild business. Leave yourselves out of it. Hands off!"
I'm going to reclaim my aide's goods for the day, or his goods.
All right. You, from his belt pouch, you take back Bruno Brown's paint sack and his coin pouch.
And I let him know that I don't care about any guild shenanigans or anything that happens outside of my line of sight. It's not somebody else's problem. So keep your guild business out of my business, and we won't have any problems. And I reclaim my bolt.
It's everyone's business inside this city. Give those back. Those are guild property. As he struggles to kind of get out from under Willie in the nets ineffectually.
I think someone's taking a nap.
Oh yeah. Bam. Actually, yeah, he has the lowest hit points, and there's no way you're putting Willie to sleep with the leftover remaining hit points. So after he says, "Give those back. That's guild business." Blah blah blah. He falls asleep.
Yep, he gets tied up to the stick.
You don't have
Yeah.
to sleep, Ben.
Oh, we have a stick at the
It's
back.
a marketplace. We buy a stick.
You buy a stick, right? Someone pay a copper for that stick.
Shit out of the copper piece and hand it
We
to
take
a
out of
clerk.
his pocket.
I go over to my manservant and I inquire about what kind of trouble he's in.
He's not your manservant.
I mean, in my mind, he's
Your
my
walking
manservant.
Picture box maker.
In my mind, he's my manservant. So I ask him what kind of trouble he's gotten himself into.
You take. Do you take the sleeping figure back with you?
No, I don't give a shit. That's Willie's problem.
All right. So you leave your friends to do whatever they're going to do with.
I think we should make him into a delightful stew.
All right. Let me wrap up what happens with Sam real fast then, before you guys decide what you guys. You guys decide what
Cannibalism
you're
is
going
always
to
an
do,
option.
and then tell me afterwards. Okay? But like, don't change it, but based on what you hear Sam do. Okay?
What if we do something and then decide what we're doing?
What do you mean?
You can't stop our time traveling ways.
Alright. Sam, you take a good 5 minutes walking back up the pathways back to the peaks, and you see a sitting on the low stone wall, a very distraught and worried Bruno Brown. As you climb over the low fence out of the foliage to get to the peaks, he sees you and he sees the items in your hand or on your belt wherever you have them, and his face lights up, and he just jumps down off and like just praises you nonstop.
I ask him what kind of nonsense he's gotten himself into.
After you say that, the excitement kind of fades from his face, and he lets out a sigh. And he runs a hand through his raggedy mess of hair, and with eyes cast down, he explains
Nope.
that...
As soon as he starts to talk, I said I'm bored now. I give him back his shit. And I turn around and I leave.
Wait! He takes it. He like smiles real big, and he says, "Wait!"
Nope.
And he
Nope.
grabs his easel and stuff and throws it in his bag, and he runs to catch back up with you.
Like, too many words.
I still have a couple hours to do and to make right.
Yeah, I mean, you bored me, boy. You got work to do.
All right, what do you got in about the 10 minutes, 20 minutes that he is gone? What are you guys doing with the cut purse?
I'm pulling out a giant cauldron.
You don't have a giant cauldron.
I
It's
do
a
now.
marketplace. We can buy a giant cauldron.
There are currently no. Actually, it's in the evening. All the stalls are closed.
Then why were there so many goddamn people on the street?
That's
Because
right.
they were closing.
Closed.
These were people leaving their jobs.
Closing. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can be like, whoa, we need to buy a giant cauldron real quick, and then be like,
Okay,
okay,
come
here
back
it is.
tomorrow. They are fresh out of giant cauldron.
What is shit? This is Waterdeep? How big is Waterdeep?
It's like the size of New York City.
Huge.
Okay, I bet I can go to New York and buy a cauldron.
Yeah, you probably couldn't you?
It's also the
Yeah,
city
yeah.
that never sleeps.
Right.
I mean, New York is, yeah. What do you honestly though? What do you guys
We've
do
established
with,
equivalency.
what are you guys doing with this guy?
Well, I guess since I'm not going to be able to, cook him
No,
alive.
you cannot stew him alive. All
I'm
right?
an evil
Well, I mean,
witch.
he won't be
You
alive.
can't tell
Are
me
you
what to
really
do.
that evil?
Okay, I'm chaotic neutral, but that's basically evil.
That is
when I want
not.
to be.
I eat people.
Oh, that is
Levels of chaos. That is very much a chaotic evil act, sir.
Where's your
Well-
chaos?
Then tomorrow I'll balance it out by saving some orphans. It'll be fine. It comes out in the wash.
Totally. All right, so
Sounds legit.
he still is kind of, just he's basically given up by now, and we're like, you better let me go. This ain't gonna look good on
I
you.
think you're asleep, aren't you?
Oh yeah, shit. Never mind. How long does sleep last, eh?
Is stupid. Just lost balance. Stupid. Quite convenient. It doesn't say in the description. All right.
I don't have my players with me, so.
1 minute.
Oh yeah, but he's totally awake by now. He keeps saying something about the guilds.
Okay. Now, young man, listen here. Do you like being alive?
Yeah,
Then you should tell us why this was such a big deal.
I told you. Guild business.
Guys,
Old
can I
Red
just
Mop
murder
up
him
there
now?
hasn't paid his dues. And he's giving unlicensed services. As he looks around to all you guys. That's a no-no in the guild book.
Guild of what?
The Artistry Guild. The Guild of Painters and Crafters.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you laugh. You laugh.
I'm
As
not
he-
laughing. So who do you
Don't-
work for?
I work for the guild. Hell, I work for
So-
anyone willing to pay enough gold.
Okay,
Right
so
now,
you're just a
guild
mindless fuck.
business.
So does the Thieves Guild know that you're actively stealing?
Oh, of course they do. We have it in. We have to run it by the Thieves Guild, make sure it's okay to cut some purses from those that ain't paid their dues. Where do you think part of our dues go to pay? They go to pay to make sure that our boys ain't roughed up by the Thieves Guild. You
My
mess with the
character
art-
just audibly sighs and goes, okay, can I just drop him off of, like, a cloud now?
That's murder. You can't do that. It's bad.
I can do whatever I want. Do you know
no,
how
you can't.
old I
You're in the
am?
middle of a city. We're bound by ethics and laws.
I don't give a shit. I begin loading him up on my broom. I'm like,
He
yeah,
starts-
you weigh enough
Give
here.
me back to the dwarf. Put me back on the dwarf's back. I want to be back with the dwarf.
Can
The
one of you
dwarf
guys
is a
take my
crazy looking
backpack? It's a
inside, but
little
at least
heavy.
he's sane.
Oh, hey, I know. I could give you to my friend. I think she lives in Waterdeep, too. She collects crystals. I think she would find you entertaining. She'd
I'm
probably
not-
turn you into a little bird.
I'm not a crystal. I'm not a crystal.
Could be.
But you
I'm a
could be.
flesh and blood human being.
The
Put me
right
down.
spells, you can be
And
anything.
he wiggles out of your grip and flops on the floor, still encased in the net. And he kind of basically starts trying to worm away.
Well, what are we going to do, you guys?
You do have time to talk about it because he's not going very fast.
You like murder?
Oh, as Brightwing teleports in. You're good at murder.
Fucking Brightwing. I honestly don't give two shits about this guild nonsense, or this fucking hater, or this fucking thug ass punk. My thought is, any self-respecting thieves guild won't care that we roughed him up as he picked a target. I'm not worried about a guild full of fucking painters and sculptors, because we're clientele, not actual practitioners, so they're not going to come after us. And honestly, I don't give two shits about Nikon, because
Aww.
either he's gonna continue to paint these stupid pictures for Samus, or he's not. And none of that is our business. Our business is to wait the 2 or 3 days to find out where this fucking gambling chip came from, go to wherever it's located on Red Rocks, or wherever, find fucking Hephaestus, or whatever his goddamn name is, I don't even care anymore,
Hecaton.
and end this fucking campaign.
I mean, I'm with you on all of those
John,
things
I can have the
except
campaign
for
right now if you want it that bad.
As Dustin pulls off the hat he's not
No,
wearing,
I
throws
wanna
it on the ground,
finish it.
stomps on it, and says, "I quit! What are you gonna do about it?"
I'm down, except I want to continue to like seduce the giant lady. I'm looking forward to being the first short king of the giant. So
Basically, right?
I feel like we all have
Wow.
important roles here.
I mean, it
Hey,
sounds
let
reasonable.
go. But the lads have been drinking all day, and they've a hunger for murder.
What?
I
Just
I
click on
dump
that
him.
last link I did.
I dump him in a dumpster and then close the dumpster lid.
Okay. And walk
And then
away,
bar
wiping
it
your
shut.
hands.
Well,
like,
okay, that's
even
a
if he-
fairly elegant solution. But while he's
Even-
going, I make sure to jam something in it so he can't get out.
No,
already said
Lower Thin already did that.
You mean you throw bodies into a dumpster without wrapping them in a carpet first?
Well, he still is in your net.
Not a cooker.
Oh.
So you're
Hey.
down one net, Ben.
I buy him a new net the next morning.
Because we're in a big city, and we go shopping for cauldrons.
Big cauldrons.
You guys are gonna have a very hard problem carrying around a cauldron.
What?
And then I look at Nikon
We
and
have
tell
a
him
wagon.
that if his
Take it
bullshit
anywhere.
interrupts our vacation ever again, he's gonna find himself in a fucking dumpster.
He goes, I'm right sorry about all that. I didn't mean to pull you into guild business.
I,
Fucking
I,
right. Pay
that's
your
okay,
goddamn
Sonny.
dues.
Anyway, well, but thankfully Master doesn't care. And I got the best place for you guys to stay for the night.
I thought we were staying at the yawning portal.
You guys never got a room.
I was
God
about
damn
to
it,
get a
I thought
room.
it was
You
implied
can
that
go
we got
back to the
rooms.
yawning portal and get a room if you want to. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Where does he suggest we sleep for the night? So far, he hasn't done us wrong. He's been a pretty good tour guide of the city.
That's wrong. He's been a great tour guide. He just needs to pay his fucking dues.
Well, I mean, come on. Come on. That's like taxes you don't even get a choice to say no to. Take that shit right out of your paycheck.
He takes you to the Golden Goblet. It's located in a university quarter, surrounded by hidden alleys and great libraries. It stands next to an open courtyard. The inn is a two-story stone-walled building with a small walled yard and garden and elf-wrought tables and chairs. Accommodations consist of several large rooms with beds and down mattresses. As you walk in, you see behind the counter, tending to a very busy inn, is the innkeeper. Is a virtuous female dwarf. She has several nicks and scars which show that she must be a retired adventurer. And
How do
all
we know
around
she's
her,
virtuous?
Or clumsy.
she seems like it. And all around her on the walls around the Golden Goblet is an exotic collection of coins and trinkets, apparently from her various forays and travels.
Oh, 1 second. She might actually be handy. I start looking at all of her coins and trinkets after I get a room.
Okay.
I also get a room, so that we can't be said to have not gotten rooms.
Okay. This is a very nice inn with a very nice room, so it's going to be a gold per room.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay. So
At this
before,
level of the adventure, nah, I'm sure.
before we get too carried away, I get a drink and a room. And I take a deep, after downing my first drink and preparing to drink my second drink, I tell camera boy he may now unload his shenanigans on me, and I will I don't know, pass judgment upon him.
Alright, this will happen while Elania is looking through the exotic trinkets and coins. and Laura.
I
is
am
grabbing the
specifically
runes.
looking for a similar coin to
Right,
what we're looking
right.
for.
Bruno Brown sits down. He's got his own little smaller mug of mead, and he tells you the story of how he was a freelance painter 2 years ago, until the Artistry Guild, which has usually always been such a nice guild, and you never had to have unionization to it, started strong arming, potters, artisters, painters, drawers, anyone with sculptors, to join their guild. Else if they were if they didn't have a permit from the guild and they were out caught on the streets plying their ware or trades, that usually the Thieves Guild would get involved, and nothing directly would happen, but we'd find our tools missing, or our coin purses would be several gold short. And I was good about paying my dues, he says into his cup, very commandingly. But then things happen, and well, I ran and met a lady, and next thing I know, she had twins, and I'm pretty sure I love her, and well, they're my boys, and even if I'm not married to this gal, they're still my children. So I've been working extra hard, and I guess everything extra I make, I try to give to her and to those kids, and make sure they're gonna grow up right. And yeah, I guess I forgot about the guild dues, and I just love painting. I don't like to be, tied down to some organization and being told what I can and can't do. I let my heart tell me what I should do and what I should paint, and my heart tells me that my new kids are what mean everything, and they're what I should focus on more than some dumb guild. Do you say that out loud, Lorthan?
No, I just want to
Is that-
vocalize my internal monologue to somebody. Lorthan has nothing to do with this conversation going on.
He looks at your judging stare, Lorthan, and then to Samus, and he goes, "Yeah, I know it wasn't the best thing to do, and I know I have an obligation, but I'm forced to pay the dues, and 2 years ago I wasn't forced to do this, and now here I am, and I don't want no one to tell me what I can and can't paint a picture of. My heart tells me what I can. I mean, except for you, Mr. Sir, your gold does help open up my heart quite a bit more to what I should paint."
All right, so I perceive, or is this guy is this a line? Is he telling me the truth?
That's an insight check. You can roll an insight check.
Fuck, I'm checking to make sure he's like not being all sweaty and using micro aggressions and shit.
Microaggressions.
I watched Lie to Me once. I know what's up.
By what you can tell, his inflection is genuine.
Okay.
He even pulls out of his bag and unrolls a canvas, and you see a charcoal drawing of a beautiful dwarven lady, and 2 swaddled infants. That's
Wait.
Yeah, I fell in love with a dwarf lady. You have a problem?
Can gnomes
She's
and
the light of
dwarves
my
breed?
life.
I do, laddie. I don't think
What do
I'm
I
good
need
enough
to
for a
roll
dwarf.
to know if dwarves and gnomes can actually
Halfway.
impregnate one another?
Who cares?
Zoology.
It's his kids.
Zoology. Whatever. Fuck it.
It's his kids.
Dwarves and gnomes have kids together?
Halfling.
Look,
So if a gnome and a dwarf
No,
can
you
have
said
sex,
specifically a gnome.
You specifically said he was a gnome.
I introduced him
Yes.
as a halfling at the very beginning.
No,
Look.
he didn't. No.
Look, it doesn't matter. They can be half-orc babies. They're his. It doesn't matter.
But what if they're half gnomes?
It
doesn't-
might matter to him if he's just not smart enough to figure out
No,
that he can't be the father of these children.
He's
They-
happily
they-
in love.
They have my red hair. It's okay.
Well,
See?
what if the half gnome had red hair? We should get this on Mari or the other one. Like,
Call
they're
up
the
Ricky
father.
Lake.
It's fine. How much do you owe the guild?
Well, let's see here.
Not
I guess
50
I-
gold worth.
I go back dues. Yeah.
like
Probably like a
20, about 25 gold. I never.
How
did
much does a
get
right
it.
hand and a left ear go for?
tiny. Let's buy this
the
fucking
most
guy. Get on
ridiculous
with it.
thing I've ever heard. He's a fucking like. We've already established that a single gold piece is almost like life-changing money for most people, right?
Yes.
So you're trying to tell me that, however, for the last 2 years, however much he's supposed to be paying in dues is equal to a small fortune?
Yeah, because you sell your wares, and part of that revenue goes to pay. Like, I work for a multi-million-dollar company, but I'm not a multimillionaire because of a lot of our revenue is paid out to legal fees, taxes, etc. Such as this is this case. A large part of his revenue is being paid out into dues.
I feel
And
like the
no, I am
real
not
villain-
trying to make a thinly veiled reference to our current political system. I am just role playing something fun.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna tell him.
Buy this guy.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm going to give him an opportunity to change his life.
Oh yeah, I'm all ears, sir.
I am looking for a squire of sorts. For the next 6 months, what I will do is give you 100 gold today. You go pay your back fees and whatever it takes you have to pay for the next 6 months. Go spend the evening with your lady love and tell her that you'll be back. Give her whatever's left over. And you'll follow me around and do awesome paintings as if you were a bard writing noble songs, except selfies instead. You will be a new class of hinge person. We'll call him Polaroid.
He looks down into his mug long and hard, and you can see the internal struggle he's having play over his features. And he ends up shaking his head and he says, "I'm sorry, sir, but you seem awfully nice, but I can't abandon my boy."
You can go back to return after 6 months.
I know.
6 months, 6-month
6
internship.
months is a long time when you have newborns, and I can't miss that time in their life.
Well, those are valid arguments. Those are valid arguments.
Kids are easy. Just give them a cat and they'll be fine.
He's got a mom who loves them. He can be gone for 6 months. All right. If he's uninterested in this offer,
I'm
What do
very
you know you're
interested,
not?
sir.
huh?
But I'm very interested, but I must turn it down.
Okay. Guild or Lawful Organized Labor Union. Okay.
He says he looks at the out the window and sees that it is well past dark now, and he says, "Well, I thank you very much for a very fun day, sir. Thank you."
Well, I pay him his 20 gold. And I let him know that we'll be in town for the next 2 more days. And if he wishes to continue this arrangement at another 2 gold a day,
Shit.
I would be more than happy to keep him on for the next 2 days.
Find me down at the docks tomorrow.
You can meet
Where we first met.
you can meet me here. An hour after sunrise.
No, you have to meet me at the docks. The sunrise there is beautiful. It would make it a fantastic painting, he says with a wide grin.
I have a question for Fuckowitz here.
Bruno Brown?
Yeah, Fuckowitz.
Yeah.
Was there any kind of legal documentation you signed when you joined the guild?
He says yes. I was forced to. Almost at knife point.
Oh, really? Do you know anyone else who was forced to do so at knife point?
Yeah? Why, half the crofters and sculptors in this town.
We're not liberating the whole town. I didn't mean to pull us in this deep.
No, we're
Nope.
the whole town.
You started it, and now we're gonna do it.
This is the adventure
I start
now.
telling him that according to the laws that govern the region, you cannot be held accountable for contracts signed in distress. Now, if you can produce for me that contract and other witnesses willing to cooperate that the guild is using scare tactics to force you into joining, then we can go to the Temple of Tyr and we can have those contracts nullified, as is the proper legal system in this world. And if I need to use my religion check for that, I will.
You know your religion pretty well. You know what? He looks at Samus and says, "I'm going to have to skip tomorrow, but the day after that I'm willing to help. I got to talk to my mates. Apparently we have a right to organize against this facade and this charade."
I give Lorathan the most absolutely disturbed look I've ever given anyone in my entire life.
Why?
Because we have now unionized against a union, and I am eternally disgusted.
No,
Wouldn't that just be a
stop.
class action?
This is essentially a class action lawsuit saying we were not the.
Bruno bids you guys adieu, and he says, I'll gather them up and I'll find you guys tomorrow.
You shouldn't ever be forced to join a union.
Shh.
That is what we are discussing here. You should not be forced to join a union.
Apparently, you've never joined a union before.
I've never joined a union.
It's entirely by force. Also, Witty. Yes, this. Everyone knows that there's more worlds than this shitty one. That's why they're all trying to leave. They're trying to save up enough money that they can go someplace else, where you won't get murdered in your sleep.
All right. You turn in to a blissful night at the Golden Goblets.
Dungeons
and
and Legal
sleep.
Battles.
About the best you have in weeks.
Oh, pay this guy.
All right. That concludes our evening.
Yay!
Way to pull half of this out of my ass. Holy crap.
Good job.
Because you wanted someone to paint shit.
Hey, I figured what's better than appealing to your overwhelming desire to social media-lize.
Yeah, hold on a second. Alanya, roll me an investigation check. You have now concluded looking at all the
God damn it!
you look through, and you cannot find anything that resembles the golden goose coin.
I go, I get A, and I'm like,
Can't give him guidance after
work
he's
so well
rolled.
in my old age. Could you look these over for the token we're supposed to find?
Is this investigation?
Yes.
Oh my guidance. Oh my god, guidance. Alright.
He already did it. There is not one there.
14.
There is not one there.
Okay. It cannot be known.
Can the rest of us give it a try?
No.
It doesn't exist.
It is there in the collection. There is not one of these coins in the collection. All right. Now that concludes our evening. Now that
Wait,
we got
is
that
there...
last.
There should be like a coin collector or something in town. We go like...
Maybe we can do that tomorrow.
We'll have to do it tomorrow. It is very late at night.
Unless, of course, it's a 24-hour coin collector. In which case, then we just barge in.
Sells... Well, he also sells tokens.
Alright, as you sleep, Lorthan, you would have a fantastic night of sleep. However, your sleep is disturbed constantly with, in a situation where you are in a dank and cramped hut. And in front of you is an eerily, a black cauldron smoking with some bubbling, glowing fluid. And hovering above it is a contract scrawled in blood. And as you like in the dream, you like try to yell out or try to move and you just can't. It feels like your hand is forced to, every time you wake up and fall back asleep, this is the same dream you have at night. Your hand keeps reaching out towards the contract, and as you look at your hand as it rises up and reaches out, you see that there is a small cut on your finger, and small trickle of blood has beaded on the end of it as you keep reaching out for the contract. But before you touch your finger to the contract, you keep waking up, and you hear a low, mischievous voice, female and old, sounds like wisps. But what she says to you is indescribable and unintelligible to you. It just sounds like mumbles and random gibberish.
Bitch!
Is it wrong?
That ends the night.
Is it wrong to hope that the King Hephaestus is just like shacked up with some booty?
No.
Okay. Anyway,
can
well,
always
thank
hope.
you for a fun and exciting evening, Dustin. I have to say I enjoyed that skill challenge. That was a nice change of pace. Instead of having to worry about how someone was getting, like 2 seconds away from being murdered, because there's a giant there playing golf with Captain Squishy. So as always, A-Holes, thank you very much for the hang. I will not be here next week. I don't know if these guys are going to be here, so we may fast forward in the plot some for those of you who are rewatching the videos on YouTube. As always, if you'd like to, these videos get reposted on YouTube and you can watch them anytime you like. Alright guys, I think with that, peace. I'll see you A-Holes later.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.